Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our channel. What happens when desire refuses to die? Even after you've promised your daughter it's over. And what if the only way to save your marriage is to pretend you are with someone else? Today's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful explodes with tension as Deacon finds himself trapped between his wife, Sheila, and the woman he can't stop wanting, Taylor. While Steffi goes into full protective mode at Forrester Creations, laying down strict orders to Hope and Dake about staying out of their parents' romantic mess, things spiral in two very different directions across town. At Gardiner, Taylor reminds Deacon that their relationship is finished for the sake of her daughter and grandchildren. Meanwhile, Sheila pressures Deacon to reignite their bedroom life. And in a twist that is both shocking and heartbreaking, Deacon agrees, but only by keeping Taylor in his mind the entire time. And as all of this unfolds, Steffi and Hope go head to head over whether love should be sacrificed for safety. Let's break this down because every layer of the storyline is dripping with emotion, conflict, and contradiction. Over at Forrester Creations, Steffi overhears Hope and Dick discussing Deacon's romantic situation. And that is all it takes. She storms in furious, accusing them of treating this like some kind of matchmaking game. To Steffi, this isn't playful meddling. This is dangerous. She makes it crystal clear that Sheila is a threat, not just to Deacon, not just to Taylor, but to her entire family. And when Steffi feels her family is at risk, she does not hesitate. Hope tries to reason with her. She points out that marriages don't always last forever. She reminds Steffi that Deacon has developed genuine feelings for Taylor. But Steffi refuses to budge. In her mind, encouraging any kind of connection between Taylor and Deacon is practically inviting chaos. She even questions why Hope and Deke aren't more worried about Sheila possibly snapping if betrayed. Steffi draws a hard line. Taylor and Deacon are forever finished, done, and she demands that Hope and Deke stop pushing the idea of Taylor immediately. The irony is thick here. Hope insists that their parents are adults capable of making their own choices, while simultaneously trying to steer those choices. Deke argues that everyone just wants their parents to be happy. But Steffi doesn't care about hypothetical happiness if it comes with real danger. She's determined to control the situation before it explodes. Now, shift to Giardino, but the emotional stakes are even higher. Taylor meets with Deacon and reminds him of the promise she made to Steffi that whatever spark exists between them is over. She tells him they cannot happen, not because the feelings aren't real, but because too much is on the line. Her daughter gave her an ultimatum. Her grandchildren's safety matters more than her own heart, and that's where this becomes heartbreaking. Taylor admits she loves him, she cherishes what they shared, but she believes ending it is the only responsible choice. Deacon, however, can't just switch off what he feels. He tells her she changed his life. He insists that what they have is not wrong, but Taylor stands firm. She even warns him that the lack of intimacy in his marriage is a red flag Sheila might notice. If he wants to keep suspicion away, he needs to repair that part of his marriage. In other words, he needs to sleep with his wife. And Deacon agrees. But here's the twist that makes this episode unforgettable. He promises Taylor that he will do what she wants. He will be with Sheila. he will honor his marriage, but in his mind, he will be with Taylor. He openly tells her that when he touches his wife, he will be thinking of her instead. It's romantic, tragic, and incredibly messy all at once. When Sheila returns from her pedicure, excited and hopeful, Deacon compliments her and suggests they head upstairs. She's thrilled, believing he's finally focusing on her again. Meanwhile, he lounges downstairs and downs multiple shots of scotch, clearly bracing himself. That moment alone says everything about his mental state. He looks like a man walking toward something he doesn't want but feels obligated to do. Upstairs, Sheila dresses in lingerie and heels, convinced the spark is back. She's playful, seductive, and clearly hungry for connection. She whispers about Mama needing her daddy, trying to recapture their passion, and while she is fully present in the moment, Deacon is somewhere else entirely. As they kiss and move together, his mind drifts to Taylor. Every touch, every embrace, every imagines it's Taylor. That's how he gets through it. Across town, Taylor can't focus either. In her office, she paces, she types, she tries to distract herself, but memories of kissing Deacon flood back. She ages with the weight of the decision she made. She told him to go make love to his wife, and now she has to live with that. Back at Forrester, the argument between Steffi and Hope refuses to die down. Hope grows increasingly frustrated with Steffi's need to control everyone's lives. Steffi openly admits it. Yes, she's controlling the situation because she believes someone has to. She insists Deacon will not leave Sheila for her mother. End of discussion. Hope storms out, declaring she doesn't care what Steffi says. Taylor and Deacon want to be together, and that truth isn't going away. The fallout from this episode is a massive. Deacon may have technically kept his promise, but emotionally his marriage is hanging by a thread. Pretending your wife is someone else during an intimate moment is not a foundation for stability. If Sheila ever discovers the truth, and let's be honest, secrets never stay buried in this world, the consequences could be explosive. On the other side, Taylor's sacrifice might protect her family temporarily, but it's tearing her apart inside. Suppressed feelings don't just disappear, they grow, and Steffi's attempt to shut everything down might actually push the situation farther underground, making it even more dangerous. Meanwhile, Hope's frustration highlights another layer. Who gets to decide what's best? Is it fair for Steffi to dictate her mother's romantic life, or is she right to prioritize safety above all else? The emotional tension isn't just romantic, it's generational, protective, and deeply personal. And let's not forget Sheila. She believes her marriage is finally back on track. She's happier than ever, thinking Deacon was more passionate than usual. The tragic irony is that the very intensity she's celebrating came from his fantasy of another woman. Honestly, the storyline is wild in the best way. Deacon agreeing to sleep with his wife while mentally picturing Taylor. That's big soap drama. It's messy, morally complicated, and completely gripping. I get why Taylor made the choice she did. She's a mother first, but telling a man you love to go be intimate with someone else for the sake of appearances, that's brutal. And Steffi, I understand her fear. Sheila's history makes anyone nervous, but trying to control everyone's decisions might backfire. You can't police love. The harder you push it down, the stronger it tends to resurface. At the same time, Deacon's approach feels like a disaster waiting to happen. Using fantasy as a coping mechanism might work once, maybe twice, but in a marriage built on obsession and volatility, that secret could ignite everything. So here we are. Deacon keeping his word in the most twisted way possible. Taylor breaking her own heart to protect her family. Steffi playing gatekeeper, and Sheila blissfully unaware that she's not the woman in her own bedroom. This love square is anything but over. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think Taylor made the right decision by ending things for Steffi's sake? Was Deacon wrong to agree to Sheila's demands while fantasizing about someone else? And is Steffi protecting her family or controlling it? Drop your thoughts in the comments because the storyline is heating up fast. And if you love deep dives into all drama, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more breakdowns. Trust me, you won't want to miss what happens next.